Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and this is Fun Fortress for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic. This castle is all yours to turn into a theme park. Your objective, to have at least 1,300 guests in your park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. So not a huge goal then, but the landscape is very bumpy, so it might be a little tricky. Okay, so we're clearly inside a castle. Similar to Crazy Castle, was it? One thing that we'll do straight away is we will disconnect the path up onto ramparts because we don't want any guests getting lost and stuck. And the same thing over here, disconnect that path into that part there, into the keep. Again, don't want letting guests getting lost or stuck. That guest's heading away, so we know that the gate is closed. So we'll open that up. Let's have a look then. £10,000 loan with 10% interest. That's pretty standard. And we've got a few transport rides. We've got good selection of gentle rides, some water rides as well. I did see some, did we? Yeah, some water. I know we've got some around the outside. Can we access any of that around the outside? Let's turn off. Nope. And land rights, building rights, nothing at all. Okay, so it's only what we've got inside the walls. So let's have a look again then. We've seen those. Not a bad selection of coasters to begin with. I mean, things like this are easy to put down and make some decent money with. The rest of them do need a little bit more space. What about thrill rides then? Okay, only the two. We've seen the water rides. Not a bad selection of shops, but I would like some more variety. So I'm going to put my research into shops. At least probably for the first year, see what we can get out. I'm going to delete that brown path back to the start, and I'm going to build it out in a nicer way. The easiest thing to do would be just to level the ground on the inside and build on flat. But I mean, that's not very challenging. So I'm sure we will be leveling some of the hills out slightly, but if we can keep it as much as it is now, I think that'll add to the finished park. It'll certainly make it a bit more challenging. So yeah, it's just a case of putting down some shops, putting down some rides, and sort of trying to build out organically. Is that the right word? Sort of methodically, building small path loops, rides on the inside, rides on the outside. You know the score. October, year 1, 450 guests in the park, so I'm a little behind where I wanted to be. And most of that is due to the fact that I've been faffing about with scenery and pathing and stuff like that. So we've got a car ride here called Big Truckers. Decent excitement on that. So this is basically the car ride, and in that you've got different cars there. So with the racing cars, that's their single seat racing cars. So you can only have one guest per car. So with the pickup trucks and the sports cars, you can have two guests per car. So you're basically doubling your money on that one. We got a twist just down there, a little path loop up and around, just creating space for myself and trying to build out to be able to branch off it. Down here we got observation tower, merry-go-round, and a spiral slide, Ferris wheel, and a Virginia reel just over here. So I switched my research from shops to thrill rides a couple of months back. So we're starting to research those. So what's the first thing out? Launch free fall. I've got a Virginia reel down now. I've kind of abandoned the scenery for nowsies because we're 18,000 in the loan. I mean, yeah, I've got 5,000 on hand now, but look at the ride tickets. Not great so far. I mean, with the August, September, that's after opening up the Virginia reel, charging £10 a go for that. I haven't even named it. So much I'm sort of concentrating on getting rides down because it's tricky getting the pathing to be the way I want it to be, because I don't want to have pathing sort of. I'll show you now. Here's what I don't want to have. I don't want to have pathing like that because it just looks weird. So that's why I prefer to have it angled so it goes up with the slope. So obviously all that costs money and takes time, but I think in the end it's going to be worth it, providing we do the goal, because obviously that's the important thing. Junior too, so we've dropped in a bit earlier than normal. We've got 850 guests in the park. We've got the green arrow, so the number of guests is going to go up. So just dropped in just to say what I've decided to do now is switch my research from thrill rides to roller coasters. And I'm going to spend the rest of the year now working on the scenery for the paths and things like that. Because at the moment we got the car ride that looks great. All the other rides look a bit poo, to be honest. So we need to get them up and looking smart. I'll show you what we've done at the end of the year, but we're doing well. So if I just spend time doing a bit of scenery now, hopefully that money will start coming in as well, because again, we're up to 19,000 now. But look, the ride tickets are starting to be pretty good. So hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be in a good spot financially, as well as the guests and as well as the aesthetics as well. Okay, October year 2. Just under 950 guests in the park, so a little bit more than what we had last time we checked in. We've got that red arrow. That just means like a lot of guests are leaving. One thing to consider is the length of the path from the gate to the edge of the map. So if we've got a lot of guests leaving, it's not really going to register in the game until they leave the map for the game to then spawn more in. So that is something that we do need to consider that might come back to bite us if we're not careful. So yeah, what have we added then? We've got a top spin just down there. We've added some scenery on the mouse there. Hang on a second. What's going on? Why is there no guests on there? Have I? Oh, there you go. Look, I've done a mistake, but there, look. So what I've done is originally I put down some fences on the side of the queue line, and then I've deleted those, but I've accidentally deleted. Sometimes, even though you're trying to delete. Oh, there you go. See, I've tried to click on the wall, and what's it clicked on? There you go. Exactly the same thing. It's that same path. So that's how easy it's done. As you can see, that bit glowing in red. So that's how I did it. Hopefully there wasn't any guests on that path, but we won't speak too much about that. So we hadn't named the coasters. So we've got the Virginia reel just down here called tubage. It's like I think it's like a gun term, a cannon term, where you put like a tube inside the barrel to make it a smaller. Now, I might not get the right terms here. A smaller gauge size, but it might make it more powerful. Yeah, that sounds about right. So then we've got Castle Rat here. I did a Google, and apparently there's a band called Castle Rat. A bit too doom for my liking, but it exists if anyone's interested. And then we've got Sorceress over here, the side friction. Decent stats on that, and it's going to rain. So let's fast forward. There you go. Just fast forwarded through the rain, because the rain will just trash the compression algorithm on YouTube. When I continue playing, I'll just reload from a couple of weeks ago in game. So I've got the little station there. I think that looks pretty spiffy. And then I've got a path loop then coming down all the way down here and back. So I've got a nice space in the middle for something, and then a space on the outside as well, and a little space up there, and another one just down there. So all about creating space for yourself. We've got a maze just down there, one of my pre-saved designs I had, a 4x5 that just fitted nicely in there. And then we've got a couple of towers there. We've got the Great Tower and we've got the Yellow Tower as well. Actually, I think that's names for a tower that in a castle where we were staying this week. We didn't visit, not my type of castle. I mean, that's a different story. You know, we've got different types of castles here in Wales. We've got the good ones and we got the bad ones, you know. But that's a story for another day. So I think for year 3 then, it's just a case of building out the coasters that we've got. What have we got? Looping coaster, that'll be a nice easy one. Stand-up coaster, they're always kind of fun to build. Is that it? Wooden coasters are nice, but I mean, they're bulky. So I don't know about that. Hopefully, maybe something better will come out. Lay down. They're a bit awkward, I think, considering the space that we've got. But we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, hopefully the guest numbers will improve. October year 3, 1,457 guests in the park, so we are going to smash the goal. But look back where at May, we actually dropped down. We were still on about 900 guests in the park. I was starting to worry, but as is, it was fine. Once we started adding a lot more rides down, the guests came in, and then it's been booming ever since. But I was a little bit worried. It's currently Friday. I'm going to edit this video after I've finished, and hopefully it'll be released in time for Saturday. As I said, we've been away this week. I knew I should have plenty of time to work on the video, but to be honest, I've just not been 100%. I've been a little bit ill, but yeah, it's done now. I don't know what I would have done if we had failed. What's happened here? Has it broken down? Oh, that's rubbish, isn't it? We'll come back to that one. So let's have a look then. Continuing with the castle theme, there's a little bit of sick on the floor there. Every time I hire more, they just don't seem to be doing anything. We've got this wild mouse just down here called Jester. Decent stats on that one. And then over here then we've got a motion simulator, Merlin's Magic, and 3D cinema. 3D castle mouse Tails, that makes no sense. 3D Castle Mouse Tails, that makes sense. Okay, cool. And then obviously we've got the vertical drop coaster here, right in the middle, called Draig, which is Welsh for dragon. And then on the outside then, we've got the stand-up coaster in black. And yeah, okay, it's a bit anachronistic. It's called Cannonball. I'm not really sure about the time period we're going with here, but you know, it doesn't really work at the moment. The vertical drop's kind of in the way, but you can see where I'm going for. It goes up, drops down, loop, then we've got a cobra roll, back down, another loop, and then back up, photo section, and then block break there. It's not going that fast. Originally, I did have a curved bend or a banked bend. A curved bend? That's a bit of a weird thing to say. A banked bend and then a brake run and the block break. But in the end, what I've just done, because it wasn't going that fast, I've just put the block break there. I've got it on 2 trains. To be honest, it's not busy enough for that. I should probably change that down to 1 train. We've got a bit of missing fence there. I did the station, and then when I was doing the underground section for Draig there, I had to build up underneath where the station is, and when you do that, it deletes the scenery, and then you have to rebuild it. So let's have a quick look underground. So it comes around. Oh, that's good timing. So it's like an S bend, then a tight bend, and another S bend just to get it back to fit. When it first came back, the lateral G's were really high on it. And when I looked, it was that bend there. I hadn't banked it. I just didn't think it was going to be going fast enough to need it, but it was. And then once I've checked on that, then and banked it, the intensities come back. I think originally it was about 10.7 or something. And we've done it. Stu, awesome. That's a relief. Okay, just fast forwarded through the rain again. We unlocked Whispering Cliffs. That's a fun one. I know some people still have issues with that, so that'll be a cool one to play again. Yeah, so we've been away this week. Spent 4 nights in a shepherd's hut down in southeast Wales. a place we've been to 3 times now over the past 6 years. So every 2 years we've been this week. So the same week each year. And the weather has generally been great every time we've been there. It's been like 10 degrees, which for me, that's still shorts weather, pretty much. But we got there on the Monday, it was raining. We knew it was going to do that. We thought by the Tuesday it'd be fine. We woke up Tuesday, it started snowing. And we're not really used to snow where we live because we're by an estuary. Um, but then, so we went out for a few hours, we came back, and the place was covered. And if you've ever seen the lanes that we have here in Wales, it's quite interesting to drive down, even in the best of weather, let alone in the snow. But yeah, we had a great week, and now I'm feeling a lot better as well. So yeah, we can crack on with more videos, and I'm really happy that we got this one done, so I can release it on time. Anyway, yeah. So I've waffled on enough. It's time to see a coaster, but you know what I think we'll do? No, I think it's all right. I don't think we need to change it to one train. We will leave it as it is. So anyway, this has been Fun Fortress. I've been Stu. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.